We're gonna have a Kickturn party tonight.
And we're back.
Hey, welcome back to Kickturn Party.
Everybody's giving me signals over here. When to click the mouse!
Hey, you know, we're still getting this thing wired. You know,
We are, if you guys haven't noticed the past couple episodes, we've been Sans producer. We're talking at you, Bunny, and I'm having to fill in with this mouse from far away. And
Yeah.
I'm doing what I can.
Well, we'll get him in here, and then we'll have a really full professional production for once, because right now it's just three idiots on a computer. So,
I'll be scared.
yeah. Well, look out, world. We're coming.
Welcome back to Kickturn Party, everybody.
As you can tell, we're having a great time here at Kickturn Party. And we're going to bring you some more good 70s stuff tonight. We've got a couple more things going on. We're continuing with our 70s theme. We've got some video from a local skate park from the 70s that was here in Maryville, Tennessee. We've got some 70s magazines. We've got some 70s boards. And we're going to help you remember, or not even remember, take you back in time. I remember it.
Well, with that glowing introduction, Mr. Cowboy, I think we're going to go check out.
Oh, yeah.
Concrete Surf. This was JD's home turf.
Yeah, down in Maryville.
Oh, yeah. Now, who's in this video? Brian and Doug?
This is from the news footage.
Yeah.
That,
Channel 26 before they became Channel 10.
This was a rad pool. The coolest thing about this pool, that's Joe Bowers right there, who I think may still work at Eastern Skate Supply. I'm not sure. That pool had square coping.
Oh, yeah.
Thick square coping.
Square coping.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 inches thick.
It's got grip tape running out of the hole there so you can actually climb out of it.
And there's more half shirts. I told you we were getting back to the half shirt. There's Mr. Brian wearing a half shirt. Batmite's ripping it up.
Yeah, Brian.
Is this Doug?
I believe that's Doug Walker.
Doug Walker.
So you do a big pogo.
Yeah.
Jumping into the pool.
Yep.
Wearing some Hobie wrist guards there. I think he's riding a WoodFlex board. And if you noticed how extreme that kicktail was.
Yeah, Doug.
Dang.
Full tech.
Yeah.
And direct. That was an unbelievably hard trick, especially in that pool.
A stalled out rock and roll.
That is a rad trick.
Heck yeah.
So how old is Walker there? About 20? 1980?
I would say
1982?
probably
What
like
year is
18. This is probably,
This is
it's probably 81, 82.
80.
It was right about the time, it was actually.
It was closed. The park was closed.
Oh, yeah. Was this right after Tim Troutman drained the pool? Or is that the second time? Because there was the time that Tim drained it, and he told us about digging out all the broken glass and the dead dogs and everything else. I think this may have been the time before that, because it had been drained a couple of times.
Somehow Joe got in with the cops and got his name on this like list of 10 people that could skate it. Him and Brian and Doug and Joe, and so anytime the cops would come, that he would say, my name's on the list, and they wouldn't bother him because he knew the owner or something. It was kind of a crazy story.
Huh.
But yeah, so like these guys were people could skate it legal when it was after it was closed.
And it changed owners. The property changed owners like several times,
Yeah.
or there were different people renting it. And at one point, it was like nobody was renting it, and it was a total bust. And then another point, some guy was renting it, and he would let us come out and skate a little bit.
Well, we skated it again in the 90s.
Yeah.
But the pool was gone. It was just the snake run and the little plaza.
Right.
But that was a lot of fun, man. We got quite a bit of sessions in on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. And that bowl right there was punk rock, gnarly, scary bowl. It was a banked bowl that they had just slapped an extension on.
Exactly. It wasn't rad enough. So.
That was pretty rad.
So speaking of the 70s, going back to the 70s, this is what we were riding. So here's a good example of one of the boards that we were riding at the time that JD's bought in. Ooh, this is a collector's. Quite a collector's item.
This is a WoodFlex.
This is a rare one.
Yeah, this actually was a WoodFlex board, and it actually came like a blank. It came pressed, and so you cut out the shape you wanted.
Cut out your own shape.
And actually, it was not drilled with the truck pattern or the truck.
So there were no holes. It was
you
just
could set your wheelbase at whatever you wanted.
You could set your wheelbase however you wanted. So hence this is the jig for.
This came with it, or
no,
this somebody made this?
No, this is actually a tool that came from the skate shop that was in Maryville. It was an Alcoa.
Okay, the
So,
jig.
yeah, so actually, and you can see the jig, so you would just figure out your wheelbase, whatever you wanted.
Right.
And it's drilled
and
for...
it's drilled for all the crazy...
Yeah, so this is pretty much a flat board,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right? Whoops, with a little bit of kicktail. So what you would get is a flat piece of
Flat
laminated
piece.
wood with a slight curve in the back, and then you would cut out your own.
your shape, yeah, and then drill your wheelbase.
Yeah, drill your trucks
So-
how you wanted them.
So this was a jig that, and there was a bunch of boards actually, like GNS and PAL and stuff. They came undrilled, so you had to have.
Right.
So you
Right.
had to have
a
a jig.
jig.
Oh yeah, the very
Yeah.
first board I bought was undrilled.
So actually here's
Which is
all the-
cool that you can put your wheelbase however you wanted it, long or short or whatever.
Sure,
Exactly.
Sure. Whether you want to ride downhill or slalom or bowls at the time or freestyle.
That's pretty cool.
So that's why you have all
I've
the
never had to
crazy,
deal with a jig.
all
Yeah.
the crazy different. You didn't have a standard truck pattern back
Everything
in the
was
day.
different.
Everything
Right,
was
Well,
different.
you can tell it's got the tripod style for like old roller skate
Exactly,
trucks.
yeah.
This will fit every roller skate that you've ever seen. In case you're into roller skating and need to drill your plates, JD's the man to talk to.
I may be the only one that's got one of these tools left.
Yeah.
Jig
So-
not recommended for roller
So,
skates.
so let's take a look let's take a closer look at this board here. So this is pretty rad. So did it come with these graphics already?
Yeah, it came with the graphics and everything.
Okay, that's cool. And then were there any graphics on? Oh, I guess there's a little bit of graphics.
Now
on
that
the
was
bottom.
that was
That
a
was
homemade
hand-drawn.
graphics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
the
wow.
M10 skates.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
The
stick that
Dirty
in.
Dog
Yeah,
model.
the Dirty Dog model. M-Town, yeah.
This is
So
back
who
in the
drew
day.
that?
Nice.
The guy that owned the skate shop, Gary Underwood.
Nice.
Dirty
So-
Dog design. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or
Yeah,
not.
that's
But
really
So
nice.
that was punk rock back in the day. So
Yeah.
right in there it says Dirty Dog design.
Man, that's
you got
pretty,
your lightning bolts
that's pretty dirty, dog.
and your swords.
And,
No.
Okay, so what kind of trucks are we looking at
Energy
on this
trucks.
thing? Energy trucks. Now, there's a brand you
Pull those
probably
in.
haven't heard of or seen before. There was something back from the 70s.
Back from
They
the
last,
70s.
they lasted a little while. It looks pretty much to me like these are kind of a. You can probably see it better on the front truck there. These are kind of a Bennett ripoff or something. Is what it looks like
Exactly,
to
yeah.
me.
But they got the kind of crazy
Yeah.
pivot angles like a
Right.
like a
right.
laser or something,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
So-
Interesting.
And accelerator wheels.
Accelerated wheels, and there's another off brand from the 70s that most people have probably never heard
The
of.
wheels were really good. I like the
Yeah.
wheels. The trucks wasn't worth a crap, but the wheels were
Yeah.
good.
Interesting. So this is a pretty rare board. I'm sure there's not many of these WoodFlex with accelerator trucks, energy trucks, and accelerator
Left
wheels
on the
running
market.
around these days.
Yeah.
So that's
But that's one of my used to be one of my favorite
yeah.
boards, and
So yeah.
So how
that's-
long did you ride that thing for?
I rode it probably for a couple of years.
And did you ride this at Maryville Skatepark?
Yeah, but I didn't ride the energy trucks or anything. I had
Okay.
trackers. Yeah. So-
yeah.
But I did ride the
Think about
wheels.
it, even though this board is kind of surfboard shaped, right? This is kind of going back to the size, width, anyway, of what the kids are beginning to ride these days. Of course, their noses and tails are quite a bit bigger and
Because
quite
you
a bit
can spin
different.
them around.
But yeah. But
This was a wide board for the
this
time.
was a wide board for
And,
that
you know,
time.
I just want to segue a little bit into our last episode where we talked about having two nuts and whatnot on your truck and having to have a special tool for it. And this is a prime example of what we were talking about. We didn't have anything to say.
Yeah, it's got one underneath, it's got one on top. And how are you going to do both of those at the same time?
You got to
with
have
one
two
tool?
tools.
You got to have two tools.
Or you got to be with your buddy who also has them.
Yeah, exactly. So.
So anyway, this all came from a place called Boards and Things. Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I got you.
Boards and Things in Alcoa, Tennessee, which was actually a skateboard shop, and it was around for about a year and a half. So, but this was the man that taught me how to skateboard.
That's
that
pretty
owned the
rad.
shop.
That's pretty rad.
So
There you
anyway,
go.
and I might be the only
So
one. Whatever
whatever happened to that cat?
He's still around. He's still around in Maryville. And he's
I had a guy like that in Nashville. Kokomo.
Yeah.
He was a guy from Hawaii. He had a shop for years and years and years. He actually, after our skate park closed down, he let us build a half pipe in his backyard. Ray Underhill would not have become a member of the Bones Brigade if it hadn't been for Kokomo. So, I
Underwood figured out how to build a half pipe and how to cut the transitions.
Right.
And build it ramps after ramps,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
That's great.
Yeah, I had that too. I grew up in Fort Sanders, down the road from him, and all those guys. And they had a big half pipe, and we built a couple of DIY skate parks. It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Well, everything back then, DIY was all wood and everything. But that's a whole nother episode. What we're going to do now is just one more little piece of the 70s here.
It's Jay's magazine time.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a rare
collection of the old
skateboard magazines.
Here, let me give you a little table cam action there.
This is kind of a rare one. This was out of Florida. It's called Skate Rider. Take a look at what we got going on here.
OJ Wheels.
OJ Wheels. They actually got, some major advertisers. They weren't just chumps. It was actually a kind of a deal for a while.
Is this what the Sausage Man, the Sundance?
Sunset Dance. No, the old Sausage Man Smith didn't ride those in particular.
Oh,
look, snowboarding.
Yeah.
Fly. They made skateboards. They made snowboards. I actually rode one for a little while. And notice that the good stuff, the UPC and all that stuff, is on the surf side. Because skaters were still... And notice another thing here? You got to flip it over. Look.
You got to reverse
that way. It's a little
exactly,
easier.
Yeah.
Look how much easier that is. What do we got?
Walker, Markel.
Markel.
I don't even remember
that.
Yeah.
Oh, they were out of Florida. They were kind of competitors with Lake Skateboards at the time.
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Daytona Beach.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, they were around for a little while. We got
Look
some
at these
pipes. Most, even though this magazine was out of Florida, I think a lot of these pictures were bought. They were the second tier pictures bought from the guys that were giving them magazines, Skateboard Magazine, Skateboard World. Maybe some of these were second tier pictures that these guys were getting. But some of them are probably from guys that were actually going there. Now you see these full pipes here, and these are fairly large. You can tell by looking at that's probably a 15 foot. And this is one of the pipes they had at one of the little skate parks here.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's quite a small, and you can actually see what this guy's riding here is very similar to the board you were just showing us. Little tiny board with big wheels, totally flat without much of a kicktail.
Hot Dreams.
Pipe dreams. More pipes. Actually, in a later episode, I've got some pipe action from Florida. So these pipes are a lot bigger than the ones they had at the skate parks in Florida. I remember a couple of places in Florida tried to put in pipes, and they got in a 10-foot pipe, which is just pretty much totally unrideable.
Yeah. All right. So.
And then once again, this is one of those little small boards.
That looks. He's got a nose on there. That's definitely a cut your own wheelbase.
And you can tell. Look at how small that tail is on that thing. There's nothing there.
Enough to do kick turns.
Barely.
Tail taps.
Apparently.
Contest, Clearwater.
Clearwater.
Somebody
on the Clearwater Pro Open. Who do we got? Look, they list. I don't know if you can see this in TV land, but they
Tim
list.
Scroggs, #1 in freestyle. He went on to work with Powell. Look, Rodney Mullen, 3rd.
I was going to say you can't. It's not coming through on the cam, but
so if freestyle's
listed first, and it's
Tim Scroggs, 2nd, Joe Ayers, 3rd, Rodney Mullins.
Yeah, they got his
They
name
misspelled his name.
And he got $60 for 3rd place.
Here you go.
$240
This shows
to win
this
freestyle.
is really the 70s.
Three-wheelers.
Three-wheeler contest. Three-wheeler contest. How many three-wheelers in a row can you do?
Wow.
In a bowl. That's how bored we were.
$100, which is
we weren't doing kick flips and going down rails or doing any of that.
Dude, think about today. That would be rad. How great would it be to enter a wheeler contest and win $100?
I tried to get one going.
I tried to get
one going down in Knoxville Skate Park. No one wanted to do it.
So, and then we got girls freestyle.
Girls freestyle.
Is that all they judged? Is that it?
Yeah. And
no, wait. Here we go.
Sensation Basin.
Sensation Basin. There's a bunch more. Cartoons. Wait,
hold
on.
No, it's upside down.
No, it's upside down and it's surfing. Oh, that's right, because we're on the surf rider side
now. How come the surf side's bigger than the skate side?
I think
you tell me, JD. Why is that?
I think it was because there was more money involved with surfing at the time than skateboarding.
Think Jay might be
and you know what? The tables have turned.
Yeah,
That's right.
But give us some ideas. We've got a lot of nostalgia. We've got tons of more stuff for more episodes. But
And we still skate, so we can talk
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
And we still skate.
we're not
10,
talking smack.
20s.
I went and skated right before I came here. So we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, or maybe not. We'll talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
We don't care what you, but we'd like to hear from you.
See you next time on Kickturn Party. Out.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. Alright. We'll pass out in the flat. Alright. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen